Thank you so much for joining us for 10 out of 10. I'm Mark Schumacher, and this, of course, is the podcast that aspires to get you 10 takeaways in 10 minutes from key leaders in the home furnishings industry. You may notice the graphics a little bit different because today we're welcoming some sponsors to the program. We thank Synchrony for joining us, Fortiva Retail Credit, American First Finance, and Versatile, because together they create a unified platform that through Versatile's technology, they connect Synchrony for prime promotional offers, Fortiva for second look financing, and payment options from American First Finance so customers can get that quick yes in store and online. My guest today is Michael Fiacco. He's the owner of Old Brick Furniture. And first of all, Michael, I just want to thank you for joining us. And I'm going to go ahead and start the clock here for our 10 minutes. But for people that don't know, you've got 5 stores currently, soon to have 6 in upstate New York. You've got a Massachusetts store, you've got a New Hampshire store, you've got a couple in Vermont, plus you have an Ashley home store. So a very complex company and a great story. And I think that you're going to be able to give us some great insights as the owner of a diverse company like this on where we are right now. And I mean, the first thing I just want to ask you is, what would you say for you personally and the company have been your biggest challenges over the last month, 3 months, 6 months, et cetera?
So I would say, I mean, the furniture business has definitely been challenging, but it hasn't like it hasn't been so bad. I keep telling everybody it's kind of like we're just plodding along, waiting for, what's going to happen next, but it seems like nothing's changing. Um, my biggest challenges is just trying to make the right decisions on the right deals. I've had some deals that I've squashed. I've had some deals come faster than I would typically anticipate. So really, the uncertain market has made the deal making market a lot stronger, and there's a lot of stuff being thrown at me. So I'm just trying to, you know, swallow the right deals.
Well, and it's funny you say deals because, see, I have the advantage of having been in that office that you're sitting in. And I know that you've always had sort of a map and a target and you're, thinking about where you want to go. So clearly you're being very cautious about what those next moves are, but you hit on something really key here. You also have to maintain your staff and keep them focused. How tough has that been? Because not only are they dealing with all these complexities with the customer, but they're dealing with all the noise outside the store every day anyway. So is that also a challenge for you as a store owner?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky though. I mean, I have a very like seasoned staff, both on the merchandising side, on the finance side, on the operations side. Most of my employees have been in this business longer than I have. A lot of them have. Although I have a young staff, I do have some senior members that, been around the block, so you say. And the managing of the business for me hasn't been terrible. Like I have a great merchandising department. My inventory levels have been managed very well. I have a great operations team. So the furniture business aspect has not been the hardest part for me. It's really the outside noise, the high interest rates, the making the right decisions on the real estate. That's where my focus has been. My team is doing a great job on the furniture side. I'm happy with what they're doing.
So you're more concerned clearly about consumer confidence, all the things that are happening that are impacting the customer that's coming in the door or not coming in the door. It sounds like you feel like your back room is good, but that concerns on the front end. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, so you look at like the consumer confidence. It's like it's down big, then up, then down. So, you know, it's hard to judge. I keep telling my team, I think we're just going to continue to bounce along for a while. Although I have felt the last couple months, traffic has been a little bit better. Our numbers seem to be getting better. I mean, we are coming into the busy season, so that probably has something to do with it as we exit summer. Um, but I just tell my team we just gotta, if we worry about what we can control and we control our expenses, everything else is fine. My team's done a very good job at controlling what they can control. So, I mean, that's all I can ask of them.
I mean, that's huge when you consider the fact there's just so much noise. There are all kinds of different headwinds right now, and I think it seems to me that you're saying you've invested a lot in your team
Yes.
and maintaining them and empowering them, and those are the shoulders you're kind of standing on right now. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. Like I get asked questions sometimes, and I'm like, listen, I'm not the right person to ask the question. I defer to I defer to my team. Like I get asked merchandising questions. I'm often deferring to Melissa. Um, you know, but to grow your business, you better be able to defer the things that you need to defer. You can't just try to take it all on yourself. It's not going to work.
Appreciate that. I want to go into the weeds a little bit here. For people that don't know, your background in Bennington Furniture, family-owned company, was very design forward. And when you took on Old Brick and a different approach, it broadened all that out. Is the design element still an important piece, even though you offer furniture across the spectrum? Because a lot of your fellow retailers struggle with that piece of it, is how to sort of insert the design elements without losing your core sales approach.
Yeah, so it's very much still a core part of our business. Like we have full-time designers on staff that we pay just to be there to do the design work. We do a lot of work with builders. Right now we have two showcase of homes we're doing with builders where the builders will come to us 9 months in advance, literally pay us up front because they want us. They want to lock us in early, and we do a lot of that type of work. We do in Vermont, we do a lot of flooring work, which leads to full homes just because we get all the condos in Vermont. My new store in New Hampshire is probably going to be heavily design driven too, just because of the market it's in. So yeah, the Bennington business and the Old Brick business do fit well together. I will say it's hard to get, like, we would love to hire another designer or two. It's hard to get designers that want to work retail hours. So you do have to be a little bit flexible with your hiring and like in people's lives outside of work and let them do what they want to do. And you also have to have the trust in hiring them and let them go out and actually do the work. And it could take 3, 6 months for them to establish and these big jobs to come in. But I think they marry well together, and you're seeing a lot less high-end retailers in the marketplace. So to be able to run the gamut in my world makes a lot of sense.
Great stuff. Appreciate that. And one thing you said that I just wanted to have you drill down on briefly, when you talk about builders and things like that, would you say to any furniture store owner, if you're not looking in your community about ways you can have those relationships, et cetera, that you're missing out, you're leaving money on the table?
Yeah, so we've been doing showcase homes for the last 10 or 12 years. You'll get over 3,000 people through the door of these homes over a 2 to 3 week period. If you get 5 to 10 jobs out of it, in my eyes, it's worth it. But you don't realize the business you get on, like, over time on the back end that you get out of it just from people seeing the furniture and then coming through the store a month, 2 months, 3, 4 months later. So yeah, it's definitely worth looking at for
So a
sure.
longer play kind of a situation. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
it's a long-term play.
Since you have a wide variety in your stores, what are the categories right now that for y'all seem to be stronger than others right now? We've seen every category kind of hit and miss, and the peaks and valleys have been different for different categories. What are you seeing?
I mean, for me, it's still the same. Mattresses and upholstery and motion drive a lot of the business. Um, I feel like our bedroom business has gotten a little better. It struggled there for a few years. But like I looked at the numbers before I jumped on with you just real quick. And mattresses are still where they've always been. Upholstery is still where it's always been. I still feel like those soft goods are strong. I mean, people get through their sofas faster than they get through their case goods. It's just the nature of of the business. So emotion remains strong. The tariffs haven't really kicked in full bore yet. So our prices have not adjusted up too much. Like we've been pretty good. Our vendor partners have been pretty good. So we haven't seen those large increases yet. There's a lot of noise about them coming, but so those three categories are still remaining strong for us.
So it's interesting. It doesn't seem to me like you're saying you've adjusted a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it seems to me like the mix is similar. So you haven't had those areas where you've felt that you've been behind the eight ball on certain categories or anything along those lines.
No, I mean, I feel like the business is what it's it is what it's always been. We haven't had to make a lot of adjustments. We're still doing what we're doing. We've made some internal costing adjustments that have helped us a lot, like a lot, like just the way we finance and certain things. But in terms of how we run our business, we're running our business like we've always run our business.
So what I'm hearing you as we wrap up now, consistency is important. It sounds like to me you're staying the course. Doesn't mean that you're not afraid to make some new decisions, but it just sounds like lean on the things that are your foundations. And boy, it sounds like you've put a lot into your team and empowering them, and that's giving you maybe a few more hours of sleep at night. Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think right now is a great, I think this is like, I look back at like you got now and you got to go back to 2008 for there to be another time to grow your business, a good time to grow your business. 08, 09, when it was really rocky was a good time. And I remember growing my business back then. Um, and I just think right now is a good time, given all the noise. This is a good time to be doing things.
Listen, I really appreciate it. This is exactly why I wanted you on. I knew we'd have a lot of great things to talk about. Michael Fiacco, owner of Old Brick Furniture. Thank you for joining us here on 10 out of 10, and we will see you all next time.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.